Welcome back to the Shy City Boys podcast. I am Carl Liza. With me, as always, is the phenomenal co-host Jack Thiel. Jack, how you doing today?
Good, man. Just another Tuesday. Hope everyone had a good MLK Day yesterday.
Of
Rest in
course.
peace, RIP. So, yeah, just hope everyone had most people had a day off, maybe, but I don't know how Martin Luther King Jr. works. I had school off, so that was nice, but I
I
don't know.
had the day off personally, but that wasn't because of MLK. But let's just jump into it. Okay.
Amazon, what'll happen? Amazon and MLK don't get along.
Let's not say that.
I'm just,
I just
I'm,
personally had a day off.
they're messing around.
Yeah. Okay, so let's jump into things right away. Last week we talked about the Bulls and how they had a tough schedule for the next 7 games, and so far they're 1-4 since our last podcast. Jack, what do you think happened?
What are you saying? We're bad luck?
I wouldn't say bad luck, but I'm saying we're 1-4, lost four straight. Like,
it doesn't
two
matter.
of them were blowouts.
Doesn't matter. We're still gonna be Eastern Conference champions. Look, I understand. Look, let me be straight up. Like,
Hold on. For those who are just listening, Jack just put on a Bulls 1991 hoodie.
Okay,
Hat.
let's be real here. The Bulls, look, the game against the Nets was unexcusable. Everyone was healthy. I really think, we were talking about trades and who's going to be that guy, and I think you really saw it needs to be a power forward because Kevin Durant literally might have had one of the most complete and easy games he could have ever asked for it. But also, we didn't have any. I mean, Derrick Jones Jr. did get hurt in the first minute. I get that part, but still, there's no reason to lose by that much. The Warriors game, I can expect because Levine got hurt. Look.
Yeah, and we watched that together, and we had to turn it off after it was.
Oh, terrible! No.
25 points. So, we were also very confused on why he just walked
off.
Yeah,
because he ran off the court like he had to go to the bathroom. It seemed like.
Yeah, we thought he had to go to the bathroom.
But he's okay. He's gonna be fine. Just rest. But it's still a little bit unexcusable because we still had Lonzo, DeRozan, and Vuk, and they didn't even have Clay or Draymond. So they didn't make a lot of shots, but I also think it tells you that how important Alex Caruso is to this team.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying he's the best player, but he's really important to this team because our defense since he hasn't played in a month
it's been a while.
I believe our defense we were like 7th in defense efficiency, and since he's been out from that time frame to today, we're like 23rd, 24th. Yeah, Caruso could play tomorrow. I mean, we'll talk about this probably in a little bit. But, I mean, the game against the Celtics, oh, man, we should have won that. I do – look, I'm not saying winning or losing is cool. Like, I hate it. And the Bulls should have won that Celtics game. I don't think they should have won yesterday against the Grizzlies without the guy. It's too hard. But I think this is showing you how deep the Bulls can be. I think – look at Ayo Dosunmu. He has 3 double-doubles now, 2 in the last 2 games. I believe on the Celtics game, he was the first rookie ever, like 20 points, 10-plus rebounds, and shoot 90% from the field.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, and Kobe White has been spectacular.
Yeah.
And Ayo's been guarding the best players. He guarded John Morant. And,
he has to.
Brian Anderson, who calls the games for TNT, literally was like saying, like, this guy's playing. I mean, he was getting credit for his defense.
Yeah.
And I think this also makes it interesting for Kobe White's trade value because he is at his peak trade value right now. The way he's been playing like a starter, it's really hard to take him out of the start. Obviously, when everyone's healthy, he's not starting. But it's really hard until Lonzo comes back to take him out of that starting lineup. And, like you said, Carl, it's been rough. Yeah. We're still in first. We still have the Cavs tomorrow, and then we have the Bucks on Friday. I don't know. I know Caruso probably will be definitely back for the Bucks game, but I'm not sure what the case is for. I'm 99% sure Levine's not. Lonzo, don't know. Javonte, no.
We didn't mention Lonzo got injured too.
Yeah, he missed the
between games.
Celtics game and the Grizzlies. And you could see, I'm not even saying like this to be disrespectful to who's on the Bulls right now. They're lost without Levine and Lonzo. And I told somebody this the other day. We all say DeMar DeRozan MVP. Like, don't get me wrong. Like DeMar DeRozan's playing like an MVP. But these last games have told me that Zach LaVine is more of an MVP than DeMar DeRozan. I'm sorry, but like
I feel like it's more of a group effort than just a
no,
one guy.
it is. But my point is, we don't have a 3-level scorer on the court.
Yeah, Levine's more valuable than DeMar.
DeMar can't shoot, and that's his only weakness.
He
LaVine,
can't shoot consistently.
like,
He's been shooting well this year.
He cannot shoot threes in general.
Yeah,
But LaVine, he can, but you can't. But you can't face guard him because he's gonna go right past you.
Exactly.
So that's why I think LaVine is more valuable. And also not having Lonzo Ball, it's killer. He's been shooting a career high. He had like 4 threes against the Warriors in that first quarter, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So, and he's one of the best guards. So you're literally taking out Caruso, who is their best defensive guard. Mm-hmm. Lonzo, who's definitely one of the best guards. And no offense to Kobe White, but he is not good defensively.
Oh, he's
and Io is still learning. So you look at the defense, Vuk is not a defensive big man. DeRozan's somewhat defense. I mean, your best defensive guy is, I don't even know. But it is hard to evaluate though. But I do think this makes it interesting for AK and Mark Eversley what to do with Kobe White. Because I'm just saying, there's a lot of potential now. And just hearing a trade about what the Pistons and Sixers were going to try to do. Well, I should say the Pistons. They're going to try to trade Grant, Sadiq Bey, and Kelly Olynyk in a first rounder for Ben Simmons. What that tells me is they want a point guard or a guard. And Kobe White's a guard. And we've heard multiple reports, Carl. There are different reports. We've heard that it's Williams or White. If anyone gets traded. And one of them, we've heard from different reports that White was untouchable and Williams was untouchable. But I think you got to win now. DeMar's not going to get any younger. I don't think he's going to play like this last year or next year.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen to him. Vuk's not getting any younger. I think because remember, Grant does have another year, Carl. So I think if you want to win, you got to trade one of them. And I hate to say that because I love.
I agree. I agree.
These are the trades you have to make if you want to win. Like, you hate saying goodbye to those young players because I mean, look, I think P. Will's like a Kawhi Leonard, not as good, but he can be like one.
He's a baby Kawhi right now, yeah.
And Kobe White's playing phenomenal. I mean, you can't ask much for him. I mean, he's coming off one of his most serious injuries, and so it's hard to evaluate them because they're not even healthy. Like if they were 100% and losing these games, then that's a problem. Yeah. But I tell you this: if they were fully healthy, they win that Celtics game, they win that Grizzlies game. I don't know if they win the Warriors game. They weren't missing anything, but
we were watching it. We were like, can these guys miss?
And I honestly don't think they'll win tomorrow. The Cavs are hot.
The Cavs are hot.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Darius Garland, he's the real deal. That guy's a monster. This dude is like the next Jason Kidd or some John Stockton even. I mean, he can put
There's talks between fans and everything that 1 or 2 players from the Cavs are going to make the All-Star teams. Either going to be Garland or Jared Allen. I would go with Garland.
Oh no, absolutely. I believe he had like almost, I don't know how many points it was, 25 points and like 18 assists last game, I think. Yeah. I don't know if that's correct, but he went off. But
and that's without Colin Sexton
and Ricky Rubio.
They got Rondo.
No, here's the thing about the Cavs, which is funny, and I realized this playing 2K the other night. The Cavs only have 2 guards. Literally, like they only have, like all their guards are hurt. They only have like 2 guards, and the rest are big men or power forward.
Wow.
But they do have, in my opinion, the rookie of the year, Evan Mobley. And they do have Lauri Markkanen. Could be the revenge game in his first time in Chicago since the trade. Yeah, that's true. And like Jared Allen, he's been a problem since Brooklyn days. You know, I love him. I think he's a problem. So I don't expect us to win tomorrow.
And
maybe
you even want to talk about the Bucks game if we don't have Caruso or Lonzo.
I think Caruso. Caruso should be back.
He should
No,
be. You
if we
can
don't have
have positive.
Levine, if we don't have Levine or Ball, I don't think we should get killed. But like, yeah, it's just unfortunate. Right
Yeah,
now, it's just
it's
you
gonna
know,
like all teams have slumps throughout the year.
well, the funny thing
It's
is, it's
just
not
like a
even.
slump.
It's not even. I don't even want to say it's a slump. It's injuries. Like,
No, injuries are slumps
I mean,
sometimes.
I don't. I mean, when I think of a slump, I think of like you're fully healthy and your team
Yeah.
just keeps losing. But we're not. We're not even close to help. We've not. I found this out the other day. Actually,
What's up?
the Bulls have only played 48 minutes with a tandem of Lonzo, Caruso, Ball, Levine, and Vuk. Those guys have never really been all healthy that
Oh,
much
wow.
together. And if you think of yeah, because if you think about it, the Bulls were the first 2 weeks, the Bulls were, fully healthy.
Yeah.
Vuk went to COVID.
Yeah.
Vuk came back. DeMar went to COVID, and Levine and Lonzo. Then
Yeah.
we all came back and played a couple of games. Caruso got hurt, and
Yeah.
Caruso's been out for almost a month now, and he's not always now out of COVID, but he wasn't COVID. So, you look at the Bulls, it's just they haven't really been fully healthy. I mean, I'm not trying to
Absolutely.
make excuses. Look, I think this week was a reality check. I think the Nets are, in my opinion, Nets are a team to beat. Look, I know the Bucks won the finals, but like, I'm sorry, I don't trust them. I think if they played someone other than Suns, they would have lost the finals. But yeah, it's going to be rough. I will say the Bulls do have a fairly easy schedule after the Bucks on Friday.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They haven't given us any updates on Levine. We don't
Yeah.
know anything.
Anything.
But I mean, what's interesting, Carl, do you think this losing streak makes you want to do a trade more or make you want to do one less knowing that you're not even healthy?
I'm kind of like in the middle of it. Like on one side, Kobe White is a great scorer for us off the bench, and he's been tearing it up on for starting.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, we need that. We need that
Yeah,
big
forward.
guy to guard the Durant, to guard the
Not even a
Giannis.
big man, just a perennial forward. I don't.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
6'8" is not bad. Like, I just think it comes down to, are you ready to get Io the offense off the bench?
Yeah.
Because Kobe White is one of the best bench scorers in the NBA this year.
Yeah.
And look, I love Io. I think this kid's a problem, but is he ready for that role yet? Like, he is a point guard. He is a point guard. Like, he played at Illinois as
Yeah.
he was with the ball. Do you
Mhm.
trust a Caruso, Io, Derrick Jones Jr., Malcolm Hill, Alfonso Kinney, you know, kind of lineup? And I think that's like the biggest thing. But here's the question, or Carl, here's the question. So you get Grant, okay? P. Will's supposed to be back by the playoffs. What do you do then? You put P. Will to the bench? Like, I mean, P. Will is capable of starting. We both know that.
Oh yeah.
So if you're trading for Grant, not just this year, but next year, you're putting Williams on the bench. And I get it. He's young. He's a rookie. But if he wants to get better, he has to start.
Yeah.
So
I think if
that's,
they do,
that's what I
I think
see.
if they do trade for Grant, they gotta give up P. Will.
Well, I just think today, seeing that they were going for Ben Simmons, is they want a point guard. That's what I'm saying, because they have Cade Cunningham at small forward. They don't really need. They have Isaiah Stewart at center. They don't really need a power
Kate
forward.
Cunningham at small forward. What?
Cade Cunningham,
He's a point guard.
and not like your average point guard.
But so you're gonna put him at small forward?
I put him at shooting guard, small forward. He's not, but they don't have a prolific scorer, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kobe White, it could be that guy for them. Now, I don't get where Ben Simmons fits in that role, but like,
Yeah, I don't see
it
it.
just seems like they don't have a good point guard. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So, look, I don't even know. There hasn't really been much talk with the Bull. I mean, it's really just been just little rumors. Miles Turner's available for a first round pick if you want him, but
But hey, remember last year the Vooch trade came out of nowhere, so another trade could come out of nowhere just like that.
and that's the thing. I do fully expect the Bulls to make a trade by the end of the trade. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it just comes down to who is it gonna be? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Thaddeus Young is available. We know they love Thaddeus. I don't know if they're
Yeah.
gonna bring him back, but
I don't think he'd be the guy to
no, absolutely not. But like, but that's the question. Do you want to trade for a guy that can start in place of P. Will until he comes back, or do you want to, or are you going to go for a guy that's going to start? And then here's the thing: what if Grant succeeds in Chicago and he loves Chicago? He's going to want to resign. What do you do with P. Will then? You trade him?
It's good.
It's just like it's interesting because you get rid of Kobe White, you leave an Io out there by himself. Yeah. And I think Kobe and Io really work well together. But here's the thing: get rid of P. Will. I mean, this guy's a freaking nature out there. And
yeah, like we keep saying, he could be Kawhi Leonard 2.0.
That's what I'm saying. And for him to start, obviously Billy Donovan, Eversley, AK, they know how good he is.
Yeah.
And
fourth overall.
Yeah, good point as well. And he guarded a lot of the perennial NBA stars last year. So he has that experience. So we'll see.
I don't know. It really depends if you want to win now.
Well, I think it is win now, but like it is the win now mode, but it's like, what do you do when everyone's healthy? That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest like question mark coming with the Bulls in the trade deadline is that they're not healthy. So like how do you navigate?
It's a tough situation that we need AK and Emery to figure it out.
And not trying to talk about the Sox, I'm just going to say it. When the Sox and Cubs made that trade for Craig Kimbrell, Madrigal was hurt the whole year, and they said he's not going to help us, and we'll trade him. Trade went south for the Sox, so it's kind of like it's too hard. It's so hard to evaluate.
The double-edged sword.
It's just too hard because P. Will isn't healthy. Do we know he's going to come back? I mean, it was only a hand injury. It's not like he tore his ACL. It's nothing like that. He's fine. He goes out. He probably shoots around now. So I mean,
so he'll be back eventually. But good news. We do have good news. The Bulls are still on top of the East.
Yeah, and I think they did build themselves a lead, which
exactly.
But
so even during the slump or the injury bug right now, we're still on top of the East. It may be only a game and a half or a half a game.
No, I think it's a game on the Heat and the Bucks, I believe, because I know the Nets just lost. It is the Heat, Nets. I mean, the Cavs are 1.5 back.
Yeah,
there is from the 1 to the 6 spot. It's separated by 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. Wow, that's.
And here's the thing: the Cavs have won 5 straight. The Bulls have lost 4 straight.
Yeah.
And the last time Bulls and Cavs played, I'm going to be pretty straight up. The Cavs slapped the Bulls. They made them look pretty bad. And for the Bulls, if they have Caruso, I think they can win. But if they have no Caruso, there's no chance because Darius Garland's going to have a field day.
Oh yeah.
So if Caruso, I'm going to say this: if Caruso does come back, we win. But if he doesn't come back, it might be. And I want to say this before we go to another subject that. This is where Vukovic needs to step up. He needs to be a man here because he's not going against one big man. He's going against like 4. You got Markkanen, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, Kevin Love still is on the team. I mean, you got this is a game where you got to put on some weights, and this is where the Bulls might get really how they're going to play that lineup. They might get and this is where the Bulls need a guy like Grant because I believe their lineups like Garland. Some Stevens, Markkanen, Mobley, and like Allen. So like Mobley's a problem, and the Bulls they don't have anyone to stretch them out, and that's what they need. But
this is the reason why we traded for Vooch. We traded 2 first-round picks and Wendell Carter, who was a good defender for us.
Yeah.
So we need him to step up when it matters.
Wendell was pretty. He was pretty weak. Yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He was like a little girl.
He's thriving in Orlando now.
But I mean, like I said, after the Bucks game, the Bulls have the Magic, the Thunder, the Raptors, the Spurs, the Trailblazers, Magic, Raptors, Pacers. A little hard games, but I mean, they have chances to make up ground. And
so let's talk. We already talked about the Cavs game. Let's talk about the Bucks game.
Oh, gosh, this could be brutal.
Let's say Caruso's playing.
We're losing with Caruso. I don't care.
You say we're losing? Okay.
With Caruso. If there's no Levine and no Ball, I'm sorry, but like
I feel like Ball could be back for that game.
It's
Friday. It's still
It's in Milwaukee.
3 days away. Like,
It's just like, here's the thing.
even with Alonso, I don't think we're winning, but still,
Giannis is going to
if
be
we win, that'd be
inside.
awesome.
Giannis is going to be inside the paint, and I bet you $20 he's guarding one player, DeMar.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, DeMar is not going to be able to shoot mid range. It's over.
And I think Giannis might go for 40 or 45.
I don't know about points wise. I'm just thinking about defense. But but this could be a guard game because I mean they got some good guards. Drew Holiday's all right.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo, Grayson. I hate Allen.
Is DiVincenzo even back?
Yeah, he came back on Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I do feel like this could be a big game for Vuk and Kobe. I think Bobby Portis is like center right now, right?
Yeah.
I think Vuk can definitely get him in foul trouble. Definitely put up some 2s and 3s. But I really think
we know Portis will. He has anger problems.
But I think this could be a good game for Kobe and Io, and maybe Caruso if he is back. But
hopefully,
I don't think we're going to win regardless. I hate it just because I know we can beat the Bucks with fully healthy, and that sucks because I mean we were talking about this game last week, and you know how awesome this was going to be. You know, Bulls and Bucks, like the rivalry is kind of back. You know, back to when those like Derrick Rose days, and all those when Michael Reed or Red was there and all, you know, those days. But like,
and then the injuries all hit us, and now it's all downhill.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I feel like I'm not saying the Bulls were lucky, but the Bulls did kind of miss an injury scare like a lot of other teams did.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bucks were missing Giannis and Chris Middleton for a while. The Nets are in it right now. I mean, well, Kyrie was out, and now Kevin Durant's out for almost a month or more.
2 months. So
the Heat, they don't even have Bam Adebayo. Jimmy Butler's been out in and out. So, you know, although like the Bulls are first and they have this injury problem now, other teams have had it already, and it's now the Bulls' turn, you could say. But yeah, you know, you just see what Billy Donovan can cook up. You know, you just hope it's not a blowout. You really just want to see these guys compete.
You want a close game, yeah.
I think this gives you really an edge when it comes to trade deadlines and depth. I think at the end of the day, the Bulls have one goal in mind. That's winning a championship. I think they realize they can do it, but I think they also realize that they're going to have to trade some guys. And, you know, maybe this could be an opportunity for a guy like Troy Brown Jr. or Malcolm Hill or Alfonso McKinney to really show up, be traded.
Step up and show why they're here.
To get traded, in my opinion. I
don't
want them. I mean, they're not great players, but if they can play so good to where they can become trade bait, you know, like kind of like how Sato and Thad Young last year was so good for the Bulls, and you know he's not even playing that much now with the Spurs. But the fact is, we used him so much as trade bait, and at the DeMar DeRozan sign and trade deal.
Yeah,
that's what I think is an interesting part of these games, is that these guys off the bench can really give them some trade potential, and you know, maybe AK and Eversley can work something. They have finessed like 3 trades already. So
so let's go on to the next 2 games until our next episode. So we got the Magic after the Bucks. They only have 8 wins. I'm not really worried about that game.
No, even without
like you said, it's going to be a guard game. So
even without Levine and Lonzo, we should win that game. Yeah. I think Lonzo should probably be back by then. I don't know about Levine. I think Levine are taking time. Yeah.
I don't really want to spend much time on it because it's Magic. So after that, Monday night, we're in OKC against the Thunder.
That could be a trap game. That could be a trap.
Exactly. Because they got some good players. They got Shea Alexander. They got Josh Giddey. You know, White Boy Wonder. Who else they got?
Blue Door.
What? Yeah. What, you didn't like that nickname?
Okay, Carl.
That one
just called in the TikTok star of the NBA.
That's true. But yeah, that's the rest of the games until our next episode, so we don't have to go much farther than that.
Yeah, I think they should win that game, but I could definitely see them losing. The Thunder are sneaky. They could easily win, and they can easily lose.
Absolutely. So, talk about the Bulls. Let's talk about the Bears. A couple headlines this week. They interviewed a lot of guys for the GM, a lot of guys for the head coach, and reports came out they're gonna hire a GM before a head coach, which I love. That they finally
They must
said
have
that
listened to the podcast because
they had to listen to the
we
podcast and
definitely called them out for it and that they
yeah.
should not do it at all.
Yeah, so I'm glad they did that. They interviewed Brian Flores for all that I know of. They also did they
Todd Bowles is going to be interviewed and Dan Quinn.
And Brian Leftwich
Leftwich.
By the end of by Friday, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think it should be Brian Flores at the end of the day. They interviewed him already, but
I want the offensive coordinator.
Brian Dabble.
Dabble,
yeah. He really not even just the Bears, but in his personal self, he really solidified himself in a good spot.
Oh yeah, for that perfect game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really hard to like not recognize at all because, I mean, it's crazy, but like, I think
it's never been done in the playoffs.
I think this is what's interesting about the playoffs, that if these coaches are like have like one really good performance, they're not getting interviews because Todd Bowles had a good, decent performance, but it's Todd Bowles. He was still a head coach. He didn't. I don't think he got a fair shot
in New York. No one gets a good shot in New York.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Coach New York. Dan Quinn had, even though he lost, but a lot of. He might be the next head coach of the Cowboys, but
I don't see McCarthy going anywhere.
So. After that play call, he should. But
oh yeah, I absolutely agree. He should be fired, but he's not going anywhere.
I want it to be Dabble, whatever his name is, and Flores. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just hard to think of anyone else. I don't know. I would like to hear some insight on how the interviews are going.
Yeah, I heard from the Flores interview that it went very well.
Here's like the interesting part. If that guy from the Bills gets hired, he worked with Mitch Trubisky this year, so they're bringing back like a little. So like it's like weird if you think about that. Like he's worked with Mitch Trubisky, he knows about Mitch Trubisky. So like it's like, what if he goes to the Bears like and Justin Fields works out? It's almost like saying Mitch Trubisky could have worked out if we had a different head coach.
It's like Trubisky wasn't the problem.
Yeah, but that's I just thought that was like an interesting part, that Trubisky kind of like was coached under him, and like if he was hired by the Bears, he'd be like bringing a little Mitch Trubisky to Justin Fields maybe, because Trubisky is a mobile-ish quarterback.
Yeah.
So is Josh Allen, but it's fun to bring.
So also what I wanted to talk about, the all pros came out. Unfortunately, our boy Roquan Smith didn't make first team, but he did make second team. What are your thoughts on that?
Not even Roquan. What about Robert Quinn?
He didn't make it either.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't make either team.
That's what I was saying. Like, don't get me wrong. Roquan Smith made the first team, but let's give some Rob the Roby Quinn. He had all-time sack leader for the Chicago Bears. Yeah. Not going to get any accolades or anything for that. Like, what was he? He was second in the league in sacks, right?
Second or third.
Yeah. Watt. It was Watt, Garrett, and him. Like, look, Roquan deserves for his team, and don't get me wrong, I love Roquan, and he's going to definitely get more accolades, but
that's just building up his contract extension.
Just why not give Robert Quinn some love here? Like,
exactly,
a terrific season, and even without Khalil Mack, like that's So I think Roquan's kind of been getting a lot of snubs in his career.
Especially the last 2 years.
Honestly, the broadcasters, the analysts, the fans, they all know how good Roquan is. Roquan knows how good he is. So, if they want to keep saying like, yeah, he's not good enough or he's not first team, that's fine. Like, I'm not too worried about it just because I know how good he is. But like, yeah, it sucks to see him not get the recognition, but it makes him want to get better for next year. I did see the teams, and I was very upset to see Trevon Diggs first.
Yeah. Interceptions are not a big factor in a quarterback.
I don't know if I told you this or someone else. I don't even know. But I said I did not tell you this. I was at the Barstool Bar in River North on Sunday, and I had a conversation. Like, I was watching the Cowboys and 49ers game. Oh, if you are vaccinated, please, you should go to the bar. It's fun. It's cheap. But you might see Dave.
Barstool River North.
you might see Dave Portnoy there, or Barstool Big Cat, or
Big cat, yeah.
White Sox Dave, or Barstool Carl, or whatever his name is, that does the Cubs
Wait,
stuff. No, there's a Carl on Barstool.
oh, I know, I'm messing.
But what's it called? No, I told him that I said I was the Jameis Winston of defense. That he can perform at one level in throwing touchdowns, but he can also be a defect in throwing picks. Now Diggs
Yeah.
can pick the ball, but answer this, Carl. Answer this for me.
What's up?
Why do you think Diggs has the most interceptions?
Oh, maybe because he gets thrown to the most.
That's exactly. He gives up a
it's
lot of yards.
Basically a 50-50 on it. What if he's going to get burned or if he's going to intercept it?
What was that game against the Patriots? And he give it. That was a Kendrick Bourne that got wide open at the end, and he was defending him. Was that him? Or yeah, that was him, right?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think he should have made it. I think maybe second team, cool. He got the
give him second team record, or even just give him a Pro Bowl nod. But no, he should not. It should not have been him. It should have been Ramsey, and it should have been Terrell.
I was surprised to see Micah Parsons on it. As a rookie, that's
as a rookie,
tough.
yeah. But he did do great this year.
No, he did. Don't get me wrong, but I think as a rookie, that's really tough to do. And
yeah.
I mean, there's nods for him. I mean, I think Watt will be TJ Watt, I should say. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. I do think there's going to be a lot of second place votes for Parsons though, but I think
Myles Garrett might get more second place votes than Parsons.
Maybe that'd be tough. Honestly, I just think I don't know. I think Michael Parsons was a freak this year, and good for him.
I also wanted to bring up from the second team All Pro, no running back. Jonathan Taylor got all 50 votes for the first team. So no running back was a second team All Pro.
I put Derrick Henry on there. I don't care that he's hurt half of the year. He was
Jonathan Taylor got all 50 votes.
Oh, I mean, if you think of it, all the good running backs were hurt.
Yeah.
And I mean,
to have no second team All Pro running back.
Well, I think that just goes back to our conversation last week about giving running backs a lot of money.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Wow. Actually, I did not even know that. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, Taylor is not better than Derrick Henry. But
no, but this year,
obviously
Henry got hurt.
I'm sorry. If I had a vote, I would have gave it to Derrick Henry. I'm sorry. No one's stopping Derrick Henry. He would. I feel like he would have broke the record this year if he were to play it all 17.
Probably. He was up there already.
That's what I'm saying. Come on. And he's going to be back this week for the playoffs. I'm just
speaking of that.
Oh, here we go.
Let's get into the
segue of the episode.
Let's talk about that. So on Saturday, we have, let's see, I already forgot it.
It's the Bengals and Titans at Nashville.
Bengals and Titans and the Niners at the Packers. So let's talk about that first. Who you got, Bengals or Titans?
It's tough because I've been hopping on that Bengals bandwagon a little bit, but
yeah, me too.
I literally just said the Titans are getting back Derrick Henry.
But is he going to be 100% though?
I feel like he is. I feel like he could have came back week 17. He's now at what, 2 weeks? It's just oh man, I would easily 100% say I take the spread on the Bengals. I'll easily say that part, but
the spread is 3.5 for
yeah, money line though, straight up. Oh, it's just tough. The Titans are such a slow moving team.
Yeah.
And the Bengals are such a fast moving team.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, running can get you so much, but one team has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon and CJ Uzomah. I'm Bayou Bengals. Who that? Or who they, whatever they say. I gotta go with the Bengals, man.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm taking the Bengals over the Titans. Just because I think the Titans are a little bit fraudulent as a number 1 seed.
It's just this can Tannehill lead it. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't think he can.
It's just so hard,
Yeah. So let's go on to the next game. We got Niners in Green Bay, where it's reported the temperatures are going to be colder than the Ice Bowl.
Really?
That's what I've heard. The temperature in Green Bay is going to be colder than what it was in the Ice Bowl back whenever the Ice Bowl was.
That's crazy.
Now, taking that into effect and knowing Aaron Rodgers' history against the Niners in the playoffs, who do you have?
See, this is another game where I feel very confident about the spread, but
The spread for this is 5.5.
That's how.
It's less than a touchdown.
I know that, but
Just stating.
you can't. Oh, man, here's the thing. I went 49ers money line last week, and Debo, Ayuk, Mitchell. It's just, can Jimmy G do it? And
Can he do it in the cold? He's done it before.
2 years ago, they won against the Packers because Raheem Mostert had 200 yards rushing.
Yeah.
But I've learned a couple of things in my lifetime as a football fan. Do you bet against Aaron Rodgers in the cold at Lambeau Field?
You do when it's in the playoffs. Or just in the conference title game.
Well, this is the divisional round.
So. Exactly. So I'll take my pick first.
Okay.
I think Green Bay is going to win. I don't want them to win, but I think they're going to win. And I'll probably take the spread to a -5.5.
See, it's just there's two sides that can hold these teams back. It's Jimmy G for the 49ers, and it's Matt LaFleur for the Green Bay Packers.
Uh-huh.
These teams played already this year, right? Or did they?
I
feel like they had to.
Let me find out.
Because the Packers played the Rams already too. And I feel like
they did. Week 3, Packers won 30-28.
Where was that in San Fran?
In San Fran, yeah.
Who was everyone healthy, probably?
Garoppolo was Trey Sermon was a running back, and Kittle did play, yeah.
Okay, so Bosa might not play.
I heard he's playing.
Oh, he is?
That's what I've heard.
I'm going 49ers.
Oh, wow.
It's just, dude, ever since Deebo Samuel has become a two-way player, he's looked very good.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a big game for George Kittle.
Yeah.
And I think this could be a big game from Fred Warner and Bosa as well. I think
Warner might not play, I heard.
Oh, Jesus.
Warner's the one that might not play.
So, I'm going 49ers, whatever.
Wow.
I think.
Are you taking the spread or money line?
Money line.
Okay.
I mean, if I bet with money, I'm taking the spread, not the money line. But this is just for fun.
Yeah.
So we're just doing money line here. So
okay. So let's get on to the next Sunday.
Yeah. No. Okay.
2 p.m. Central Time, of course. We have the Rams in Tampa Bay. And so far the spread is 3.
Tampa Bay
because it's the home team. Yeah.
These teams played already this year too, and the Rams won by 10.
Did they?
Yeah, it was on the graphic on ESPN last night.
They did play week 3 again, and they won by 10 in LA.
See, here's the thing. I might be willing to take the spread on the Rams here.
Ooh.
Because, look, Matt Stafford can have his moments, but Odell has looked really good in these past games. Cooper Kupp is Cooper Kupp. Cam Akers is back for the Rams now.
Sony Michel went off last night.
I mean, Sony Michel as well. Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd. You can go on and on and on.
But do you bet against Brady?
But here's the thing. Brady doesn't have Godwin. I don't think he has Lenny. It starts adding up onto you.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the offensive line for them got hurt against the Eagles. So,
yeah.
I think
Kristen Wirth got hurt.
I could have won a lot of money last night if the Cardinals beat the Rams. And, I'm going with the Rams straight up too, just because I just think the Buccaneers pass defense isn't good. And you're going to have to go against Cooper Kupp, Odell, Higbee, and it really comes down to Stafford if he can lead its team. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks win, but I just I gotta go Rams, man. I gotta go Rams. But I don't like the only problem with my predictions is it's a rematch of the Rams and 49ers. Now I don't want to watch that again. But it's just who I think is gonna win those games.
Yeah.
I think it's the Rams. I'm gonna go with the LA Rams. They should be the St. Louis Rams.
And I'm gonna agree with you.
Wow. You really said don't bet against Tom Brady. And here you are.
No, I said, do you bet against Tom Brady? I didn't say you should. I said, do you bet?
Here's the thing.
Here's my thing. About Tom Brady's receiving corps. He only used Mike Evans. He used Scotty Miller for less than 8 yards. He threw to Gio Bernard most of the time out of the backfield.
Yeah.
He's
drunk.
And we know this. Mike Evans, he's a volume catcher. He doesn't catch a lot of balls, but in the last game he did. He caught 10 passes for like 120 something yards.
Mm-hmm.
He usually goes for 3 or 4 catches for 120 some yards. So I don't think Brady's going to use anyone else. So Ramsey's going to tie up Evans like a knot.
So basically, if you say it like this, Carl, both of our picks, we're not picking the Hall of Fame quarterbacks at home.
That's I took Green Bay.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did take Green Bay.
Okay, I forgot.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, that's gonna be a good game. I hope Joe Buck's on the call for that.
I hate Joe Buck, but it is on NBC, so Joe Buck won't be on it.
Really, NBC's doing a 2:00 game.
The only game that's going to be on Fox is the 49ers Packers at 7:00. So let's get on to the last game and I'm hoping the best game of the week. Bills at Chiefs, and the Chiefs at home are only -2.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Rematch. This is a rematch.
People are saying this is the pseudo AFC Championship game. What are your thoughts on it?
I hate Patrick Mahomes. I hate everything Chiefs represent. I hate Jackson Mahomes and that TikTok and crazy ass.
Who doesn't hate Jackson Mahomes though?
Mitch Trubisky's on the Bills. Maybe future head coach is on the Bills.
The Bears, of course.
Stephon Diggs, who won me a fantasy championship, is on the Bills.
He wants revenge because remember last year he stayed on the field as Kansas City celebrated.
I've been seeing that picture a lot frequently.
Yeah.
Both offenses can move, but I think it comes down to the defense. And here's why I think the Bills are going to win this game. They have 2 guys named Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer.
The best safety duo no one's talked about.
And the Chiefs don't really have anyone on defense. So
exactly.
I think this is a team that can really stress out Mahomes, and a team that can really make Hill or Kelsey underperform with that safety group. Now, I mean, it is Patrick Mahomes, and Clyde might be back for this game. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, the Bills did win against the Chiefs already. Granted, that was kind of when the Chiefs were in a little bit of that like slump, but
Clyde's questionable right now.
Josh Allen's been really utilizing his targets with Gabriel Davis, Stephon Diggs, and Dawson Knox. So I'm taking Bills money line, Bills spread. Give me the Bills. I think I'm gonna take the under though. I heard the over was a lot on this one.
I don't know what the over is, but here's what I'm gonna say. Who has a better defense? New England?
I would say the Bills.
No, listen. Who has a better defense? New England or Kansas City?
New England by far.
Okay, what did Josh Allen just do?
Wait. I'm not trying to argue. Hold up.
What did
I understand.
What?
No, I understand. I understand. I don't think you can use that comparison because one side is Mac Jones and the other side is Patrick Mahomes.
I understand that,
I,
but
I don't think the Bills are
we're
going to
not
score
talking
that
about.
much. I don't think the
We're not
Bills are going
talking
to score
about.
that much again.
We're not talking about Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. We're talking about Josh Allen versus that Kansas City defense that is not reliable.
Yeah, but I get that.
That defense has not been reliable all season,
Look,
and they just started showing up. I don't
get
think
what
they're
you're
going to stay up
saying.
to it.
I get what you're saying, but my point is that Mahomes can move the ball. Mac Jones
Oh,
can't.
yeah. That's a good point.
That's
But
what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. That I get what you're saying in terms of the defense, but the Chiefs can move the ball with ease. The Patriots, they do 3 RB stretches and hope to get a first down. So,
and I'm not saying Josh Allen and the Bills offense is going to go perfect again. That's a once in a
they go perfect. That'd
lifetime.
be
If they do go perfect, I'll blow my brains out. But
great. So, are we turning
I
into a betting sports show now?
a little bit.
Oh,
But
wait, Carl. Let's hear your pick.
no, I'm taking Buffalo.
Our money line or spread?
Everything. Give me everything.
You can only have one, so I'll give you money line then.
Fine. No, give me this money line. Give me money line.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But
Rams and Bucks. What'd you have there?
Rams and Bucks. I had the Rams.
Rams money line or Rams spread?
Rams spread.
Okay. Packers and 49ers. You said they would win. You said they would cover.
The Packers?
Yeah.
I did say the Packers would cover.
And
then I had Bengals straight up.
Straight up? All right.
Which is money.
So your odds would be 1,762.
Oh, plus 1,700?
Yeah. So,
wow.
So if you put $20 on Carl's parlay, you would win $372.
Hey, there we go.
You put, let's see, on my parlay.
Let's go over yours again.
I have Bengals money line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going 49ers spread.
Okay.
I'm going Rams outright.
Okay.
I'm going Bills outright. Mine is 2,339.
What?
And if you bet $20, you win 408.
How is yours better than mine?
Because I took
Oh, you took more money lines for the underdogs.
because you had Rams spread, right?
Yeah, I had Rams spread.
And then you had Green Bay spread, which is minus 115.
Yeah, okay.
49ers spread is 105.
Yeah. Okay.
So I might bet that actually. Like
yours?
Yeah. Okay. I was 5 of 6 on my spreads this week. It was only the Cardinals game, and that was 6 games. So
yeah. And this is only 4.
I know I might do this now. Actually,
there you go. It's not a bad idea.
That kind of convinced me, but looking at the over and unders are not too bad. I mean, I don't think there's any way that the 49ers and Packers combine for 48. I don't think that's possible. But
no, I don't think so.
Can't bet in Chicago unless you go to a casino, verify your app. So
I can bet now.
So you can because you signed up before the rule.
Yeah, I did.
I have to go to I have to drive to the casino, or B, go to my bookie. So,
yeah. But hey, let's just hope for a good weekend of football, right?
I just hope the Bulls win. I don't care about football right now. I just want
the Bulls win. Good point.
That's really it. I hope. Oh yeah, vote for Zach LaVine. He's right there.
Vote for DeMar. He's already first in the guard.
We don't need to vote for him. Vukovic wasn't even top 10 in his area.
No, last time I saw he was 10th.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
No offense to Trae Young, but he shouldn't be starting over LaVine. So vote for Zach LaVine. If you want to win money, use our picks, Jack and Carl's picks. Even though they were different picks. But I mean, both are. I mean, $20 ain't gonna hurt you. Like,
yeah. Not gambling advice though. It's not gambling. We're not advised. We're not.
One of us could be have a gambling problem, maybe.
You, not me.
I don't know,
Let's
man.
okay.
Should
Let's wrap it up
should I
here.
ask you a question, Carl?
Go
How many
on.
times have you been in the casino?
Recently or in
Just
total?
in general. And if you lie, I have some people that can back me up.
Probably in the 50s.
This is on the record. See,
It's probably in the 50s, but I haven't gone in such a long time. It's been at least a year. No, that's a lie. It's probably been like less than 6 months. But okay, that'll wrap up for us here. This is Carl Liza signing off for Jack Thiel. We are the Shy City Boys, and we'll see you next week.